You know, the other day I was talking to a brother and he said he was a blacksmith. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool, because I'm a Black Rogers. Blacksmith. Welcome one, welcome all to the wonderful magical circus we call Later with Leon. I'm your host, the Dustin Legend, Leon Rogers, 107.5 WGCI. And to my left, never getting the joke, Miss Tia Young.
I think I got it. I think I got it.
Explain it. So break it down to the people at home.
So like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, right? You're the Black Roger. You're the Black Mr. Rogers. Did I get it wrong?
Yes. No, you got it right, dear.
I did?
All right.
Oh.
Give it up for our wonderful studio audience. Gold star for Tia.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, starting the Tuesday off right.
What do we have today? Because you are struggling out the gate.
I am. You know, marijuana is legal, recreationally speaking, at least on a state level here in Illinois now. And so what that means is a lot of people are now talking about the best places to go when they got the munchies.
63rd and Eberhard.
What's on 63rd and Eberhard?
Oh, I thought you meant the best
not
place
to get the weed.
Oh, okay.
Not to get the weed. To get the munchies.
Okay.
Where do you go to eat? What's on your list?
Harold's off 87th.
That's what I thought. That was the number one thing that I thought.
Harold's off 87th. The taco spot over there on Burnham out there in Lansing. And then that Walmart on Torrance be having the best snacks. Their snacks be like fresh as hell.
What kind? You talking donuts?
Like
or
powdered donuts, everything. It'd be just fresh. They'd be soft. That Walmart right off there on Torrance, the big super Walmart, where you can go buy some draws and then go get some Funyuns.
Okay,
and
so
all in one running.
So I'll give you two that was on well, I won't say a national list, but a bigger list here in the city of Chicago. One was Soul Roll at Soul Shack. The Soul Rolls, their little appetizer, Soul Shack in Hyde Park. Have you ever had it?
No.
It's pretty good.
Too bougie.
Too bougie? Okay, well, I like it, so maybe that's my style. And then Pop Rocks Churro at Gringo.
Pop
on
Rocks?
West.
I'm not doing nothing. No rocks.
You're not interested?
No rocks.
You remember the Pop Rocks from when you were a kid? You put them in your mouth and they pop around?
No, I didn't do none of them.
You didn't?
No. I was scared because I had heard a rumor that if you did Pop Rocks and drank soda, it would blow your stomach up. So I didn't want to do that.
That was a rumor back in the day.
I never did. Did you try it?
Yes. It's an urban legend. It wasn't true.
Well, I didn't want to try it. They said if you drank Coca-Cola and ate some Pop Rocks, it would blow your stomach up. So I steered away from that camera. And then plus I had uncles and stuff that was on rocks, so I didn't want to have nothing to do with that.
Rocks and you just not getting
Rocks
along.
and me just don't work.
Okay. All right. Let's go on over to Lincoln Square, the Lincoln Square neighborhood. And there is a man. His name is Idris Rajovic.
Elba.
No, not Idris Elba. I don't remember that. Idris Rajovic, and he actually owns a Jujitsu studio there. And what you're looking at, that is an 18-year-old that tried to break into his car. He actually made it inside the car because he left the doors unlocked, and he decided that he was going to teach him a lesson. He called police. He did not press charges. He decided to call the teenager's father, and he said that he taught him a lesson, posted this whole video up on YouTube, and he really could have pummeled the little dude, but he decided not to do it.
So I've always said this. I had this argument with a couple of my buddies who practice martial arts. I've always said jiu-jitsu is the best martial art form in the world, only because you can fight from your back. You can be in a position which people think is you're at a disadvantage, but you can come out of it on top. So all he did is probably yoked him up, put him in a hole, told him, you keep moving, I'm going to snap your arm. And, man, sat there. But this is what y'all get. Keep y'all ass out of people's cars. It ain't yours. Leave it alone. Now, you're lucky on the south side. You know, I had a couple of old cats that live over there. They wouldn't have chased them.
That's right.
Old Mr. Johnson would be like, I don't know nothing of jiu-jitsu, but I sure do know gun fu. or he'd have got poked up with a little knife or something. Like, just, man, y'all gonna learn, man. Leave people's stuff alone. You didn't pay for it. Stop stealing. And I hope when the father came, he said, go ahead and hold him for another 20 minutes till he pass out. That's what my daddy would have did. My daddy would have been like, go on, choke him out till he fall out.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to wake him up, and I'm going to knock his little ass out again for stealing. But like, that's all. I mean, good job for him. But I always said jiu-jitsu is the best. Jiu-jitsu first, kickboxing second, and then maybe taekwondo third. Let
me ask you this. What would you do for your favorite charity to get people to actually donate to your favorite charity? What is something that you would be willing to do?
Sit in my house in a recliner for 12 hours straight.
Okay, well, let me introduce you to 20-year-old Kaylin Ward. That is her right there. You can see she got some adjustments, some add-ons.
Yeah, I saw her. I donated to that cause.
Okay, so
Save Australia.
She is a naked.
Yes.
She is a naked model.
Yes, she is.
And she decided that she would post some nude pictures on Instagram.
Yes.
If you donated $10, you got a nude picture in exchange. And as a result, she was able to raise $700,000 for the fires in Australia.
Well, she released her koalas to save koalas. And I'm all for that. And then they're going to ban that young woman's page. And she out here trying to do the good of the community, working for God.
Here, I can't say what she was doing, but she was out here.
She was just having
304ing. That's what she was doing.
No, she wasn't. She was showing. Why is that? She was showing classy nude pictures and raised money to save koala bears and other wildlife in Australia that's being burned out of their homes. And then what y'all going to do? Y'all going to block her page. Now, when people don't want to help, don't be crying because you had somebody that just raised almost $1 million off of showing they boobs.
That ain't changed her from being a slut. Sorry.
Oh, it's a slut now because she naked?
Yeah.
So any naked nude model we see, we could just assume that they're slutty.
I'm not saying that,
Vogue
but I'm saying in this case,
people but she raised money.
Nudity to be a philanthropist, and I think there's other ways to do it in a classy manner. That's all I'm saying.
Don't hate. Congratulate. That sounds like hate to me.
I'm not hate. Ain't nothing to hate on.
Pure
My jugs
hate.
are real. All right.
Hers was too for that $700,000.
All right.
I donated $10, baby.
Okay.
I'll donate again too. She should go back.
Okay, we got to talk about pizza in Chicago. Of course, you know.
We go from that to pizza.
We moving on. We're talking about the dough, okay? You see this right here.
Made.
What would be your favorite piece? If you had to pick any piece of this pie, what piece would you go for?
It's always the crust, the corners.
Really? I'm going for number 2. I like the center.
I'm a corner
guy.
It's
like gooey and cheesy and.
I'm a corner guy.
That's
I don't want that. You can have the middle. I'm taking all of the
You're
corner.
clapping? You agree, Gary?
The crust is the best part of the pizza.
Nah.
We all know what mozzarella cheese and sauce tastes like. You judge pizza off their crust. If their crust is trash, you don't want to deal with it. So you go to corners. You hit around the outside. Y'all can have the inside. I think
most women go for the middle. Pizza, that is. Pizza, that is.
But old girl can't show her breast for $700,000. You just said most women go for the middle. But
I'm not talking about that.
Because it's gooey and cheesy.
It is.
Actually, I don't want the middle if it's gooey and cheesy.
The cheesy part.
Yeah.
I can understand.
We'll be right back. More later with Leon.
Every once in a while, a single news story comes along that rises above all the others and sticks in you like a splinter. You see it, you feel it. It becomes a part of you. And the only way to get it out is to dig deeper. The death of 19-year-old Kenneka Jenkins is one of those stories.
Powerful stuff right there. Powerful stuff from MTV's True Life Crime. I got with me my man, Mr. Damati Pongo. Showing some love. What's up, little bro?
What's going on, big homie?
Now, I'm trying to get like you, man. I want to get small enough where I can wear white tees under a suit and look great. I'm too fat for that right now. What's going on, man?
You going on. You and your glow 3 months, 2 days until later with Leon. Congratulations, big homie. You a Dustin legend.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man. But let's talk about what you got going on. This True Life Crime. I've always said, man, since I've known you, the first time I ever met you and I got a chance to meet you, that you had an energy about you where I said, this young guy right here has an old soul and gives the news the way it should be, but with that twist so the millennials will relate to it.
That's right.
Is that hard for you, or is that just something that's always come naturally?
It took a while for me to be comfortable in what I knew to do naturally, right? Like, when you come into the news world, the established credentialed journalism world, you feel like you have to be, you can't wear white tees under suits every day, you know what I mean? It wasn't until I got to MTV till I started, throwing my earrings in and all that.
Right.
So like
being yourself.
Being myself. You saw glimpses of it, which is why, we gravitated toward one another and why I did so many events across the city to let people know more of who I was. But this is one of the projects that I feel almost all aspects of myself really poured into it.
Now talk about that clip that you just saw, very chilling. It dominated Chicago media for a while. I know we talked about it a lot on WGCI. I know you talked about it on WVON, and even here on Fox too. It was just like national news.
You couldn't get away from that story.
You couldn't get away from it. And doing this series and talking about it, what was your journey as far as finding things, some people that you hadn't talked to, some people that you had talked to? What was that journey like for you going through all that?
Well, initially it was trying to figure out how to contextualize all of the reasons why social media was in a frenzy, because it was a firestorm.
Yeah, it was so many conspiracy
theories, and so it's like, which ones do you follow? How long do you stick with the conspiracy theory? Which one has credence? I remember the one that was like the most outlandish to me, but was the one that I thought, I understood where it came from, was that her organs were harvested.
Harvested, yes.
Yeah, because there's that facility in Rosemont, the Biological Research Center in Rosemont, that was under FBI investigation because of alleged malpractice as it relates to organ transplants. And so folks are like, this happened in Rosemont, this person is in a freezer, they harvested her organs. Then, you got in 2013 the Kenneka Jenkins case, where his organs were taken out and replaced with newspaper, like these bizarre stories. And so there are reasons why our community is skeptical when something happens mysterious like this and somebody is harmed. And so we go down that rabbit hole. Then we go down the rabbit hole of her relationship with her friends.
Yes.
We also go down the rabbit hole of the police department. How did they handle this case? And we get some answers.
Now, in this, and when you say we get some answers, will we walk away with who has the most culpability, or will it still be a what if? Is there still some bit of mystique to that story?
I give you all the facts, and I tell you where I believe the facts have led me. But then ultimately, you have all of the information. So, and I think that's the best form of journalism, right? So much news today has this bent. I think the best form of journalism is when you give the voice to the community, so that the people we know, the barbershop, what's the barbershop saying? What do they believe? And I can tell you, as objectively looking at this story, looked at the facts, this is where I've come to, but I'm going to give the community a chance to voice their piece as well.
And I think it's needed sometimes, because I think sometimes our barbershops, our beauty salons, they don't watch the serious news.
Right.
A lot of people go to the internet for their information, and the internet is we know that's a crazy thing. It could give you some good stuff, then it could poison your mind. So I think this show, if I can go out on a limb and say, is a nice balance between the two. It can give you that internet quickness, but you've also done the homework.
Exactly. Because let's be real. Like once the story dominates your news feed, you all in it, you everywhere with it. But then as soon as it dies down, we hear nothing. Like do we even know? We know that it was ruled an accident. But we don't really know, aside from the medical examiner's autopsy report that said that she died from hypothermia, we don't really know what became of this case. We don't know what's going on with the lawsuit between Kenneka's mom, Teresa Martin, and the Crown Plaza Hotel. There are a lot of unanswered questions, loose ends that haven't been tied. And us who are in the media, we keep tabs on this stuff. Yeah, but the average everyday person has moved on to the next news story. Oh, Jussie Smollett did this thing. Now that's the internet firestorm. Wow. So we need to go back, revisit these stories. We still got hundreds of missing girls in Chicago. So I think
the young lady from the post office that
Kiara Cole, I believe her name was.
Absolutely.
Yeah, or is.
So with that being said, when can everybody catch this? When is the premiere?
The premiere is Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central, and it's airing every week. 8-episode series. The first episode, of course, is right here in my hometown, Kenneka Jenkins. We figure out what happened to Kenneka Jenkins, and we give you answers. And it's simulcast on MTV and on VH1 at 8 p.m. Central.
Where can people follow you at on Instagram, brother?
At Dometi_, DOMETI_.
Oh, man. Hey, listen, man, I'm so proud of you, brother. You like the little brother I never had. I want to rub your head like that, man. Y'all give it up one more time for my man, Dometi. Next time you need to bring some jollof rice.
I'll bring you jollof next time.
Yes, man. Even though Dre has been burnt up on power, we can still eat the rice together. All right? We'll be right back. More later with Leon coming up. They burnt up Dre on power. They burnt up Dre. Welcome back. This week, the future of technology is on display at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. And if what we've seen this week is any indication, the future is going to be very weird. So, Tia, tell us about some of the strangest gadgets you've seen so far.
Okay, so there's this gadget out there. It is called Base Me. And what it is a wearable subwoofer. So you wear it, it fits right below your...
A sub what?
A subwoofer. Why are you laughing?
Subwoofer.
Oh, it's not woofer?
Yeah, woofer, not woofer, like woofer.
Woofer. Okay,
like,
well,
you know,
whatever
brothers
the
had
hell,
that in the trunk.
Whatever the hell it is, okay, you can wear it. And so the question is, would you be willing to wear something that has all that bass and that vibration on your body and walk around with it?
You got to bring the bass with you. When you get out that car, you got to hear that.
So you would wear this thing?
Yeah, play some Eric B. and Rakim out there and let the bass go. Man, come on, stop it. Yeah, I'm wearing a subwoofer.
How much would you be willing to pay for? Now, obviously, this is all concept, so some of these don't have a price tag yet. They're not up for sale yet.
I'll go $250, $300.
$250, $300 for it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me introduce
nice
you to this subwoofer. Woofer. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Thank you for that little introduction on how to pronounce that.
Yeah.
All right, so how about the Samsung Bally, okay? So what this thing is, it's a little robot. You see it right there, it looks like a little ball. But what it is, it's a robot that is following you around and recording you the entire time. But here's the weird part about this. They haven't actually figured out what it will do with that information. It doesn't sound like, as of right now, it's any type of assistance, at least not yet. But in the future, it may be able to tell you, like, if you need to mop your floors, if you need to get into a fitness routine, that type of thing. Is that something you'd be willing to buy?
No, absolutely not. That's worthless. That's the most worthless piece of crap I've ever saw. A little ball following you everywhere.
You around.
Skynet is real. Then the next thing you know, when the Fed's kicking your door down because you illegally stole cable or you're using somebody else's Netflix account, and you bring it back to that little Tekashi 6ix9ine ball that's following you around everywhere. That's dumb. Plus your dog might tear it up.
The only thing,
look, that dog, look how that dog looking like.
It.
Huh?
The only thing I was thinking is maybe like if you have a YouTube channel or something like that and you want to kind of give, you know, people a day in the life of, because you do have a lot of YouTube celebrities, that would be a cool way to do it. You wouldn't have to edit it.
Channel. If you got a freaky channel, let the ball follow you around while you do freaky stuff.
Like what,
that,
for example? What do you
Whatever
mean?
Freaky is to you. I mean, it could be spreading peanut butter on yourself. I don't know. I don't live your life. It could be eating the middle gooey, ooey, cheesy part of a pizza and not the crust. I don't know.
Okay.
It could be taking naked pics and saving Australia. I don't know. But that is the most worthless invention I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
And they probably want $1,000-something.
They don't have a price for it just yet.
Yeah, they better not. It better
Let me ask you this. Your dog, does your dog currently have a harness that you put on your dog?
My dog is not big enough to wear anything but himself.
How many pounds is your dog?
Dexter doesn't even weigh 10 pounds. He's like 7 pounds.
Okay.
He's a mini Dachshund. So we know he doesn't even count as a dog. He's like just a hamster, a gerbil.
So my dog is like 14 pounds, and there's this new thing that's out right now. This is like a dog harness, but it's different because it can actually track your dog's mood. It can tell if the dog is happy, if the dog is sad. Is this something you'd be willing to pay $37 for?
Once again, one of the dumbest inventions I've ever seen in my life. I know when my dog happy, when he jumps up in my lap and tries to lick me in my face. I know when he's pissed at everybody, when he go to his cage and look at y'all like, I hate you humans. It's not hard to tell the dog's thing. You know when the dog is mad at you, when you have him trained to go outside and he craps in the middle of your living room floor, he's either sick or he don't like you. So this is something that somebody that has nothing to do, that's bored with life, made another dumbass idea.
All right, so
put that with the ball.
It was made in Japan, and it's actually selling like crazy over in Japan. People are buying this thing left and right. So I'd be willing to pay $37 for it.
So many jokes right there, but I'm going to leave that alone because I want to remain on TV.
Okay, so how about this? So have you ever been on the commode and you've gotten stuck there?
First of all, what is a commode? Talk to my listeners. There we go. Stop getting fancy.
A commode? I think most people know what the hell a commode is.
No, there's some brothers.
All right, the throne, the itter.
Just the toilet.
We can keep going.
The toilet.
Anywho, have you ever been stuck there and you needed to roll a damn tissue, Leon?
Nah, because as long as there's face cloths and stuff in the bathroom, I'm good.
Nasty! You are so nasty.
Somebody's gonna have a surprise when they wash up in the morning, but I'm never stuck.
Charmin introduced at the Consumer Electronics Show what they're calling the Rollbot, and what it will do is it hooks up to your little phone through Bluetooth, and you can actually get it to roll on through the bathroom and hand you a roll of tissue.
Americans are lazy. This is dumb. If you have children, hey! Open the door, bring me some toilet paper.
Not if you don't taking a dump.
If you, what you mean?
That's nasty as hell.
To open the door and say, give me some toilet paper?
That's
what world do you live in?
I'm just saying that's nasty.
It's not nasty. You ain't never opened the door. You ain't never cracked the door open and said, "Give me something."
I've had to do it for a stranger. Like I was in one stall and they were in the other, and like, "Excuse me, can you help me out? No tissue."
In a public bathroom. I'm talking about your house.
I'm saying, yes.
In a public bathroom, you need to check and see that they got toilet paper before you sit down. But in my crib, if I don't have no toilet paper. If I don't have no toilet paper, one or two things gonna happen. I got 3 children to choose from that's gonna bring it. Or whoever face cloth that is right there is finna get, I'm finna tell them, don't use that.
Nasty.
Throw it in the dirty clothes hamper.
There's some people shaking their heads.
We'll be right back. More later with Leon. I'm gonna be clean.
You're saying no, right?
I'm gonna be charming clean.
Yes.
We just talked about some things that you can see at the CES show, all about electronic gadgets. Look, America, stop being dependent on gadgets, because what's going to happen? A little ball's going to follow you around, give the location to your dog that has on this vest that they control, and he starts attacking you. Meanwhile, while the toilet paper robot rolls you up in toilet paper, and you can't get away. Hey, my name is Leon Rogers. We'll see you tomorrow on Later with Leon. Chicago, if you see something.